recap of Married to Medicine, Season 5, Episode 16, Circle of Truth. So, this entire quad issue, let's get this over and get it out of the way, is going to be hard talking to somebody that thinks that they don't ever do anything wrong. And then they tend to hold on to grudges. Quad got to get over this. I'm a little just like disappointed in this whole little Quad situation. She talking about they're just picking. No, they're not picking. They have shelter Quad. They have baby Quad. They done went on and not told a girl that she did certain stuff. Now y'all trying to go back and tell her she did stuff wrong. And this done created a monster. And I completely understand because some stuff like that has happened in my family. And at times she do act like she better than everybody else. Now, it may not have been intentional, but she does. And the situation with her and her husband, he may be a jerk, but sometimes he be trying to have her back. And like he came up to the city, she all right, and she shot him down like a duck about the sky. That's how she do. But they just trying to talk to her and tell her stuff. This is the stuff now that Mariah was trying to tell people about Quad. Like, she not perfect and she do stuff wrong, but she never acknowledged it. And Mariah was right. She ain't never got a break in the group. Quad does get a break in the group. She always wrong. She always got this, that, and say. She always whining and crying. And everybody tends to baby her. They do baby her all the time. But anyway, she be doing the most sometimes. But the situation with she and her husband, he be confused whether or not to try to be there for her, to help her and console her, or he'll get treated like he did when he was like, "Are you okay, sweetheart?" He don't know when to love her or what. And then he think she just want his money. I don't know. They need to go to therapy because he ain't no good therapist to have. He can't help themselves. I hope he do good with other people. So anyway, Heavenly came up with some questions to target the issues each of the couples are having, and they supposed to have like this couples therapy night so they can talk about them and discuss them or whatever. Now, I already knew out the gate when they said Heavenly was doing this that it was going to be some crap behind it, because Heavenly thinks she just love Guru. She ain't no Guru I done never seen. And I don't know how it is that she thinks she knows so much about love, because all the stuff she done ever did on the show ain't proved to me that she know love specialist. So anyway, she started with Jackie and Curtis. Now, she did do good with them because she asked questions that need to be asked. I think she asked Curtis, what could that woman give you that Jackie couldn't? To me, the question she was asking wasn't for them, it was for her. It was like stuff that she wanted to know that she said would help fix their relationship. But to me, it was just stuff that she wanted to know, stuff that we done seen her in her confession saying time and time again, season after season after season, that she thought need to be fixing their relationship. It wasn't what per se they thought, it was things that Heavenly thought. So they were right when they said, it was a train wreck. But it did help Jackie and Curtis because the questions, like she said, I'm trying to think what she asked Curtis. Something about, do you, like, what could she do for you that Jackie couldn't do or something like that? And Curtis said, I can't answer that. He said, well, I can't tell you. The whole issue was it was just a bad call, a bad calculation and judgment. It's a bad call and judgment. There's no other way around it. No rhyme or reason. I made a mistake. It was a bad decision. I shouldn't have done it. What more can he say? He done said it time and time again. He said he's sorry for hurting her. He hated he ever did it. It just wasn't a good thing to do. And he's sorry for doing it. Then she asked Jackie, why does it seem like she don't care about, whatever, and that's supposed to be like her question coming from Curtis. And Jackie said she does care. She may not show it like everybody else do, but she hurts like everybody else hurts. Just because she don't act the fool and tear up everything and be out there crying like Heavenly needs her to cry, like Heavenly wants her to tear up stuff and be angry, it don't mean she don't hurt. And Heavenly can't comprehend that. Heavenly just needs her to break down. And really, in this aspect of it, Jackie needed to release it because once she finally cried and released it, she was able to allow him to hold her, hug her, and to see different sides of things. So she needed to let those emotions and that pain out. And when she finally was able to cry, let it out, she was able to be in Curtis's arms again. So for them, it worked. But it was obviously wasn't going to work for everybody. Because up next, she had Eugene and Toya. And she asked Eugene, why do Toya disrespect you? He said, I'm not answering that because that's not a question I would ask. And she gonna say, but that's not the question. He said, but I'm not answering anything. He said, first of all, I don't feel like I'm being disrespected. So I'm not gonna answer that question if that's not how I feel. And like he said, this question is how you feel. You feel like she disrespected me. So that's why you asking me that. He said, but I don't feel like my wife disrespects me. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. Toya, the stuff she be saying, I don't know I don't know what you qualified as is disrespect. To me, they've been together so damn long. He null and void to what Toya be saying and how she come about it, because he knew how Toya was when he married her, so he used to it because this is who she is. So he expects from her what to be how she is. So to him, he null and void and immune to it. Like how she kept going on about that masturbation thing. It was like she was trying to humiliate him in front of everybody, and she just kept wanting to drag him about it and put him down. You do not try to demasculate a man like that. That was disrespectful. She do some disrespectful things, and he needs to acknowledge that. She needs to acknowledge that she do that, because he obviously not, but she needs to acknowledge that she do that. She really need to cut that out, because in front of a group of people, that's not a good look. What you do behind closed doors is what you do behind closed doors, and some of the things she do and say need to be kept behind closed doors. It ain't for everybody to know you be out here in public disrespecting him like that, making him look like he all weak and stuff, and he don't even realize that. He just be like the Michigan man, how you said a little time, man, I can't even get it out. But yeah, and she do need to stop that. So, who else did he ask? What did she ask Toya? She asked Toya if it was the material things or love or something like that, and that's when they lost their composure and everything went to hell with them, and it just went left after that, because they got all upset and got all up in their feelings, because Toya is materialistic. If you watch the show, then you know how materialistic it is. But I don't know. I don't care. I wouldn't have went for this. I don't like how Heavenly went about this, and these were questions she wanted to know. It wasn't for the group. It was for her. And I feel like it was more for her. She talking about if she put it out there, it would help them deal with it. No, really it didn't. But anyway. So then they get on to Simone and Cecil. She want to bring back up this doggone investment thing where he had invested in this kid safe or safe kid thing or whatever it was, Kid Force. The Kid Force thing. Heavenly, if they done sit down and talked about it, why you want to dredge it back up? He done said he wrong for it. We done seen the episode where he apologized to her for it. They done moved past it. She done made her a part. He done made her a part of it. Hell, your ass was sitting down there. You was a part of it too. And they done and over it. Why you want to keep bringing it up? They done fixed it and hashed it out. You don't keep beating the damn dead horse and try to bring it back alive. If it's dead, it's dead. And for you to do that, you causing more problems in people's relationships. Because he had apologized to that. He done apologized to that how many times? And now I'm going to tell y'all, that doggone Cecil do got a fuse. I see what Simone's saying. Cecil may have a few anger problems, because when bruh got mad, he look like he can turn up when he get mad. I ain't even about to lie. Because he was past over it. Way past over it. But this is my thing. She went and bought a Maserati. She didn't say nothing to him about it, talking about my hard-earned money. But if y'all sharing an account and he working, even though if you may make more, it's still his money going into the account, just like yours. He had a real doggone good job. It wasn't no doctor salary, but it was a good salary. And for Simone to go buy a Maserati and not tell him, how she gonna get mad if he invests? The investment didn't even cost as much as that Maserati did, so why she tripping? That's my thing with them. They play tit for tat too much. So she made that move. So he went and invested in something. Okay, and then he planned a golf trip with his friends. Didn't tell her about it. So then she went and planned a trip to New Orleans with her friends and tell him about it. They play tit for tat. It's their whole relationship. They two petty little bitches. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. A marriage like that is not gonna last. You both y'all sitting up here being petty, playing tit for tat, and then she know how to push his fuses, and she know he get mad and heated, and she keep carrying that, and they go back and forth. They in a volatile relationship. That kind of stuff right there, that leads to abusiveness to me. It's dangerous. And as y'all know by now, if y'all follow me on this channel, they're getting a divorce for real. So, I mean, I didn't want to see them get a divorce. I feel like what they was going through wasn't anything serious enough to get a divorce over. I feel like sitting down with the right therapist and the right people could get them back to a right place. They both need to just grow up and stop the pettiness, in my personal opinion, because it's 50-50 in a relationship. And they don't do 50-50. They do tit for tat. But anyway, to me, that's what their entire relationship was based on. So then we get to Quad and Greg. And she gonna ask, do you appreciate me? That was supposed to be Quad's question to Greg. And then Greg said, I appreciate you, but you don't go the same distance for me as I go through for you. What he said that for? Because everything after that was already left. We back out here in the ocean now. He said she put her friends, her career, and all of that first, and she not available to him. And I feel like with Dr. Greg, he's just a selfish little man. And I'm going to tell you why I feel like that. Because if you've been watching this show, then you done heard all his comments. Even the men in the group hadn't agreed with his comments. He always talking about, but a woman should make the sacrifices. And a woman, no matter what, should be happy as long as her man works. And now everybody looking at him sideways like, dude, you so far off. You are so far off. Quad feel like she should be... He feel like Quad should be happy he pay all the bills and just be happy to be married to him, period, because he a doctor. And Quad feel like that's just not enough. She feel like she made that example again, but you can't take out the trash. And like the men sitting down and told him, it ain't about taking out the trash. It's about she doing all this other stuff. She saying about your business. She saying about her career in business. She saying about the this, that, and that other. She running all the errands, and you can't come in and take the trash out while she's saying about all this other stuff. She done cleaned up the whole house, keeping the house clean. You didn't, and she cooked breakfast. The least you could have did was stuck your dishes in the dishwasher. You see, she done washed all the other dishes in the kitchen. It's just simple stuff like that. But he feel like if he paying all the bills and making all the money, he don't have to do nothing but just that. He don't have to take out no trash. He don't have to do nothing else. So that's why she ain't gonna ever have kids by him, because she gonna be raising by himself. Because in his mind, as long as he working and he making the money, and he make more money than anybody in that house, he don't have to do nothing else but go to work and lay up on his ass and scratch it. Nope, that's not even gonna work. She do needs to admit that he has done stuff for her. She do need to admit that she better off with him than she was without him, and he have done some things for her. Now, he may not have done everything like he's saying down to the T, but he done a damn lot. I'm sure she was like most of us, pushing every other check to check. You know, so he did provide her with a more comfortable lifestyle. So she do need to admit that. Hell, she wouldn't be on this show without him. The show is called Married to Medicine. And if she wasn't married to him, she wouldn't be married to medicine and be on this show, which provide her with this comfortable lifestyle and with her own check. And I hope she ain't thinking because she got her own check, now she can get all cocky and feel like she don't need him and that her shit don't stink and she bigger than him now, because that's some BS. And you know, I don't agree with that. She need to pencil the man in And he need to stop thinking that a woman is made for a man's disposal, and no matter what, they need to go to a real doggone therapist and get some real help. Because for him to be a therapist, he is a complete jerk. He a butthole. He be saying some cruel and mean things, and there's no way. I mean, he gonna have to stop doing that. But anyway, everything fell apart. Heavenly Questions was BS. Damon had to pull everything back together and say Heavenly, because they was about to go in and let have her and tell her the truth about what she was doing, because it was some BS, and the questions weren't good. Now, she may have had good intentions, but it was some BS. So anyway, they hop in the car with Toya the next morning. Everybody get in and discuss, it went like this, that, and the other, and one thing Cecil did do is he apologized for blowing up at her and being mad at her because of what Heavenly said, because it was Heavenly Questions and not her, and he did apologize for that. But Mariah shared with them that Aiden had been unfaithful. See, we don't get to hear a lot about Mariah's story because she was acting a fool over there with her mama and got voted off the show. So, that kind of had everybody, a little surprised. At least I was anyway, because they don't show enough of their relationship, so I always just wonder. But that was good to hear, and I hope we get to, hear more about that, because, she say, it's something she deal with every day. But Toya ready to go do some sightseeing and some touring at Barbados, so she done rented this little wagon thing, this little car, so they can go see Rihanna's childhood home. So she load up Mariah and Quad, and they take off down the wrong side of the road, because that's how they drive over there. And Toya must have had some driving lessons. She up in this car driving down the wrong side of the road like she been driving this way her whole life. She must can't drive for real, because she was driving in this car too good for me. So she's speeding around through Barbados like she been there. They find a little house, hop out and take their little pictures and hurry up and zoom off. So all the men get together and they all talking or whatever. And Eugene is trying to explain to Greg what I was just talking about. He looking at everything from a man's perspective, but he need to look at the whole situation from a woman's perspective. It's not about just taking out the trash. It's about acknowledging everything that I do. The feeling behind it, the emotion and the connection, the real picture behind it. And we just discussed all of that. And I just told y'all my whole take on that. Because Dr. Greg said, as I'm working, paying all the bills, I don't care if she working, I make the most money. That's how I say he looking at it. If I can afford all that without her income, I don't care what she had to do. She can cook, clean, and be my slave all day. That's his mentality and everything, and I think that's her problem. So that's why they just done grown so far apart. So maybe they'll get it together. Maybe the other men need to be their therapist, because they seem to do better when they have a mediator and listen to other people. But anyway, he apologized to Quad that next morning about all the stuff that had happened at the when they was at the little couple thing. And she's still on her high horse, and she gonna say, you never apologize. But yeah, okay, this is my thing. If he finally apologized to you, then you should have been up on that bed holding his hand and giving him a hug, saying, I appreciate you apologizing to me. You've never done that before. So I hope with that we can grow and get things back on track. And I apologize for anything that I've done, to show you that I didn't appreciate you, because I do. That's how that should have went, but it's not how it went. It went with Quad steadily attacking her, and it's just becoming the norm for her. She just keep on being the Debbie Downer to me, and like they said, she does not accept responsibility for anything that she does, and it's just getting real old. And she needs to. She needs to accept the responsibility for some of the stuff that she does do, because she do act like she right all the time, and she don't be. But when they all came together for that last dinner, Simone tried to throw shade and get some drama started reopening the couples therapy that went wrong. It was like last night dinner, it didn't go well. Wait for everybody to chime in. But I'm glad Cecil saved it by saying it wasn't a complete loss, because they all learned at the end of the day, no matter what happened, they all family, because they was all there loving and supporting each other, and they all ran to each other and supported each other. So at the end of the day, if they wasn't nothing else, it may have went wrong in one aspect, but they came together in another aspect as a family. So with that being said, Miss Simone, while you was trying to throw that shade, boom, let it go, let it go. You know, Heavenly was wrong, but hey, something good did come from it. Y'all realize y'all some true friends, because on some of these shows, these people ain't true friends, and they wouldn't have came together and supported each other. Damn sure not the men and the women. It was good. It was a good touching episode. I'm ready to see the next episode with Quad and Dr. Greg at this at their little group thing again. He being a butt. Excuse me. I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment and share. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode. Do y'all think Quad and Dr. Gregory are going to get things back on track? What do y'all think about Dr. Jackie and Curtis making up? I think it's good that they made up. I'm happy to see that they made it. They did make up. Do y'all think Curtis will cheat again? Let me know what you think, because I've been cheated on before. I'm still with the same man for 23 years. We're good. We're not having any issues. So I'm not going to say they, can't have a decent marriage after he cheated. So with all that being said, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next recap. Bye.